Oh. Well, it's time to play it. And I'm not talking about the victory thing. You know what? What a day. Here we go.
Download the Domino's app today and become a piece of the pie.
Never mind. Not yet, anyway. 2 ads have to stick in play if I want to. Yeah. No, here it goes. Ugh. Man, oh man. Sorry about that. Wearing a hat. Sticking hat. Nothing goes easy. Nothing comes easy for the Bills. Nothing. Nothing. Ugh. Ugh. Bills lose 2 straight sticking games. Had a chance to beat the Vikings and they choke. It seems like when there is a game of the year, or could be the game of the year, it seems like Buffalo can't win it. Buffalo can't even win it. Yeah, game of the year. Not for the Bills. For the Vikings, yeah. For any other people that are running against the Bills, but not for the Bills. 33-30 in fucking overtime. All because of that one fucking turnover. That one goddamn turnover in the sticking end zone. In the fourth quarter, Buffalo stops the Minnesota Vikings on 4th down, have it at their own 1, and don't even bother trying to get some yardage, trying to run out the clock. No, you have to stick and fumble it. That is what cost Buffalo the fucking game. That's why the Bills lost. It wasn't because, even though it's one of the reasons, it's not the biggest reason. Yeah, Josh Allen threw an interception. Big whoop. I know that Buffalo had a chance to even tie it in overtime after the Vikings couldn't get a touchdown and had to settle for a field goal in overtime. The thing about it is Buffalo had a chance to win the game after stopping the Minnesota Vikings on 4th down. They could have done a better play than what they did. What do they do? They fumble it in the end zone. And Minnesota ended up getting the ball. And it became a touchdown thanks to a turnover. And for the first time this year, Buffalo gives up over 30 points. Buffalo not only loses the game, but loses their AFC East lead and has now dropped to third, and they are now sixth. And they're just holding on to a wild card spot. Now, there is still more weeks to go, but I'd like to at least have a game where Buffalo wins that is close or even in overtime. It seems like whenever there's overtime, Buffalo can't win. Buffalo played like the Atlanta Falcons, but the Falcons are not that bad of a team, but they have at times played like how they usually do, where they get a lead and then they just choke it away. That's what happened with Buffalo today. And there were some bad coaching decisions. I will tell you that there were some bad coaching decisions. This was a bad coaching game. I thought the Bills were really going to win this game. Guess what? The people that picked the Vikings, congrats. You got your pick. You got your pick correctly. Because the Buffalo Bills couldn't even try to win the game. It's just really sad that Buffalo can never win a game, either in overtime or in a really close game. They have won 2, but that's it. They're 2-3 in close games this year. 2-3. And they've lost 2 straight games that was close. And you know what was worse? They had a 14-point lead, 14 or more point lead at home. And when it came to those particular games where they were up 14 or more points to opponents at home, they hadn't lost a game since the 60s. Until today. For the first time since 1968, Buffalo loses at home after being ahead 14 or more points. Minnesota Vikings become the first team, I think, since the Miami Dolphins to accomplish that feat. That's just pretty sad. So Buffalo is 6-3. And guess what? Guess what, Minnesota? You can give a high five to Miami. You can give a high five to Miami because you gave them the division lead. So congratulations on being 8-1, Vikings. Congratulations. You should have been 7-3 or 7-2. You should have been 7-2, and Buffalo should have been 7-2. That turnover in the end zone. That was the turning point right there. I'd like to have a game that's considered the game of the year that Buffalo wins. Game of the year last year? Buffalo didn't win it. Kansas City did. What, is this going to be game of the year where Buffalo, of course, again loses? Hopefully this is not the game of the year. Hopefully there'll be a better game of the year. And hopefully someday Buffalo will get a win in one of these game of the year candidates. That's all I really got to say. Buffalo's 6-3 now. They lost 33-30. They gave up their first game and gave up over 30 points. This was their first game of the year to do that. Up until then, the amount of the amount of wins, or sorry, the amount of points an opponent has had over them has been either 20 or 21 until today. You can thank the touchdown for that, which was I think, a Kirk Cousins touchdown. And you can thank the turnover that resulted in a touchdown. Buffalo gives up over 30 points for the first time this season. It's pretty sad. Buffalo's 6-3, and they can't even win in close games. They're under 500 in close games again. I hope they win one. I hope they win a close game this year. I hope. They got Cleveland next week. See, this is just how I feel about Buffalo right now. There's still more football left, so it's a possibility that Buffalo could still win the AFC East. It's a possibility. But right now, I don't know. Hopefully, if Buffalo and Minnesota face off in the Super Bowl, hopefully it'll be a much more better game than this. I think the game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers were better because at least it didn't have as much turnovers. That's how I feel about Buffalo sometimes. Buffalo's 6-3. They're third place in the AFC East after losing to the Minnesota Vikings. And it's just depressing that sometimes they can't even get a win, even if it's a game of the year candidate. It's a real shame. I want them to stop playing sometimes like the Atlanta Falcons, because that's what happened today. Buffalo played like the Atlanta Falcons today, where they had the lead and they just choked it away. It's really sad. Hopefully with the Cleveland Browns, they'll get their 7th win. But that's enough for the Buffalo game. I ran and raved quite a bit. It's just really sad that my team always seems to lose in a close game, or when it comes to a game of the year candidate, with the exception of the comeback. Yeah, the comeback it was on what am I thinking? January 3rd of 1993. That game is considered one of the greatest games of all time. That's the only real game that they can ever win. That's a game of the year candidate. It's a real shame that it can't be others. So Buffalo is 6-3. Hopefully they become 7-3 next week, because I'm sick and tired of these losses. They got Cleveland Browns next week. I bet you they'll beat them. And the thing about it is, Buffalo is not the only team that lost to the Minnesota Vikings. The Miami Dolphins did too. Except in that game, it was quite different. There was a lot of turnovers, and it didn't go into overtime. The Minnesota Vikings were just the better team, where Buffalo could have had the opportunity to actually win, and they didn't. It's a real shame. So as a result, this has to be played. I'll play it again. Tonight, on Days of Our Bills, a parody of Days of Our Steelers. Tonight, Buffalo chokes the game away and loses to the Minnesota Vikings 33-30. Thanks to bad coaching. Sean McDermott taking the run in the end zone, which results in a turnover, and Minnesota gets a touchdown out of it. Man, oh man, what a day! It's Bills are still my team no matter what. But the thing about it is, things have to improve. All right, man, oh man. Yeah, go Bills, but unfortunately, they didn't play well. Oh, well, they didn't play well enough to win. Miami Dolphins, congrats. You're the AFC. Well, you're ahead in the AFC, I should say. You could thank Minnesota for that. The team that you lost to. Man. And Jimmy, I hope so. I really do. I really hope so. The Chiefs have been playing well. I really wish the Bills would be playing well. Honestly. I was just so upset at that game. And they're considering game of the year. The problem is, it's not the Bills. It has to be a team that beats the Bills. It can't be the Bills that win. And by the way, I think it's 16-13 now because I was going to do my live stream the second half of the game. And that was after telling about the scores on the score for the Bills game or whatever. Not, I don't think I did that one by picks this week. I know I picked the Giants. That was easy. Giants is the only New York team that won this week. New York teams went 1-for-1 with the Jets having the bye week. Yeah, it is 16-13. Chargers are ahead because the 49ers scored a field goal. So it puts it a 3-point game. It's just a real shame that my team has to lose every single time that there is a close game that could be a game of the year candidate. They always seem to mess up. I just hope they play well to get to the Super Bowl. See, I'm still upset with the whole ordeal. I was ranting and raving about today's game. Man, oh man. Oh, by the way, I picked the 49ers for the Sunday night game. But I know I picked badly this week. Picked my team, of course, they didn't win. I was 0-2 before my game came on. It's just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Thursday night, I thought the Falcons were going to win. They did not play good against the Panthers. And then I thought the Seahawks were going to play well, and they lost to the Buccaneers this morning. Well, it was this afternoon in Munich. There were several games that I got correctly, but not the Bills and the Vikings game. The Vikings won that game. I had the Bills. 49ers are still in. I had the 49ers against the Chargers because Chargers haven't been playing that well. I had the Bears against the Lions, and unfortunately, the Lions won that game. I didn't expect the Bears were not going to win that game. I thought the Bears were going to win. Now I had the Chiefs, I had the Dolphins, I had the Giants, I had the Steelers, I had the Titans. So it wasn't all that bad. But the 4:00 games, I went 0-3. I had the Rams, I had the Cowboys, and I had the Raiders, and all of them went. So my predictions are going to be terrible this week. So how many I got? One, two, three, four, five. Only 5 wins. Only 5 wins. I could have 6. Blah. I might just call it a strain the way it. But I did want to rant about my team losing to the Vikings. Oh, man. Now, don't get me wrong. They played good in here and there. They played good in here and there, but that was it. So, what did you think about the Bills Vikings game? Comment down below if you're watching this through the archive. Pretty good game. I just wish the Bills would have played better. Most of the time, they played good. I didn't think the defense was that bad. I'm just miserable. It. Some people are calling it game of the year. It's not. What? Oh, I know the Buccaneers won, and I didn't have them. I didn't have the Buccaneers. I thought the Seahawks were going to play good, and they almost came back, but unfortunately, their run defense pissed the game away. That's the reason why the Seahawks lost, because their run defense was terrible. I get it. I understand, Richie. It's okay to be a Buccaneers fan. They played good. They played good. They played better than the Seahawks, but they did almost squander the game. But because of the Seahawks' run defense, the Buccaneers ended up running out the clock. And of course that fumble as well. That fumble made the difference as well. Oh, thank you very much, Richie. Yeah, I'm just miserable because of Bills losing. Bills are my team. Bills lost to the Vikings State 33-30. I had to do a video on it, do a live stream. Yeah. Too bad that set goes for a pretty penny now because it's out of print. I have to get that other set that Sony released. I think, by the way, Josh Allen threw 2 interceptions. I didn't think he played that bad. I can't blame it all on him because of that turnover in the end zone. If it wasn't for that turnover in the end zone, I bet you Buffalo would have won the game. Josh Allen gave it his best. I gotta give him credit for that. Well, I know he's a good quarterback, but he's been struggling as of late. I don't think he did too bad today against the Vikings. He did throw a couple interceptions, but I didn't think he was too bad today. Over 300 yards, which is pretty good. If it wasn't for the interceptions, though, he probably would have had a higher passer rating than Kirk Cousins. Well, I didn't really think he was really hurt that much. I thought maybe it was only a slight injury. I thought maybe it was not enough for him to not play. I predicted him to play regardless because I had a feeling that he wasn't badly hurt. So he wasn't like Jordan Poyer. I saw Jordan Poyer's elbow, and Jordan Poyer's elbow looks terrible. So Jordan Poyer might be out for quite a bit. I don't know. Oh, Justin Jefferson, yeah. Holy cow, made quite a bit of some great passes. Holy crap. That was another reason why the Bills lost. They couldn't contain Justin Jefferson. Holy cow. The only problem with Minnesota, though, I want to, yeah, I know about the catch. The only problem with Minnesota, though, is they haven't been to the Super Bowl since the 70s, and every single time they've tried to get at least to the Super Bowl, they always mess it up in the championship game. Just in case you wanted to know, because I know about the Minnesota Vikings, and they've been to quite a bit of championship games that they always seem to mess up. That's the only problem with the Minnesota Vikings is they went 0-4 just like the Bills. And unlike the Bills, where the Bills were quite bad in the 2000s and the 2010s, the Minnesota Vikings had multiple shots to go back to the Super Bowl for certain times. And they would always screw up in the NFC Championship game. And that's why they haven't been back to a Super Bowl since, because they've always messed up in the NFC Championship game. I remember the 1998 game where that one kicker missed a field goal that would have helped the team, and Atlanta Falcons eventually came back to win it in overtime. And they also lost to the Saints at one time, and it was because Brett Favre threw a bad pass. Those are some of the instances where the Minnesota Vikings have lost in the NFC Championship game for quite a bit of time, and they've never won an NFC Championship game since the 70s. Mormon? Brian Mormon, you're talking about? I think you're talking about Brian Mormon, but I'm not sure. I could go check that out. Yeah, Brian Mormon. Well, Buffalo's punter is Sam Martin now. And right now, San Francisco, and by the way, I'm watching the game. It's 16-13 right now with less than 6 minutes to go in the third. And looks like Jimmy Garoppolo got sacked. Is that Bosa that sacked him? I don't know. But that was a pretty good sack. Or is it Khalil Mack? Could be Khalil Mack. That's all right. All right. So I'm at a 2nd and 20 right now. Garofalo is going to throw it incomplete. Well, I thought he had a chance to be good, Baker Mayfield, and so far, ever since he left Cleveland, he hasn't been the same. So I don't know. He's not a bust, but he's not at the level that Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are. Yeah, the Bills do have the tiebreaker, but if you have a worse record, it don't really matter. And that's on. By the way, this is 3rd and 20, and there was a pretty good run by San Francisco, but they're short of the first down. I know they're bad because of Josh McDaniels. He needs to be fired. Hopefully, he'll get fired after the season's over because he's just a bad coach. I don't know why Mark Davis hired him. I have a lot of respect for the Raiders. I just didn't like when they moved to Las Vegas, but I understand why they did. And by the way, that was the punt, and the clock is stopped at 3:38, and the Chargers will get it back, and they'll start at the 21-yard line. It looks like Herbert's going back in to play. Yeah, the thing about it is they have a bad coach. They have a bad coach that needs to be fired. There's somebody that I know that's a fan of that team, and unfortunately, their coach sucks. Yeah, and it will be good when the coach gets the boot. Oh, it's right here. That's what I wanted to show you. Well, Josh McDaniels should go back to being a coordinator then. If he knows how to do it as an offensive coordinator, he should just go back to it. He shouldn't be coaching. Plain and simple. By the way, I have this. This is the DVD of the comeback. It has the game. It's no longer available, unfortunately. I wish it still was, but I think you can find it on eBay. There's another DVD set or another DVD I'd like to get. I know it was a pretty good year, but they could never win the Super Bowl. I had to grow up having them lose all four sticking times. But I will say the first time that they lost, it was the battle for New York. Because it was two New York teams. New York Giants against Buffalo. So no matter who was going to win that game, a New York team was going to win no matter what. That's a toughie because you got Bruce Smith. I could say Bruce Smith or Thurman Thomas. There's Jim Kelly, Andre Reed. And there's just several others. I really don't have a clear cut favorite player. Well, Bruce Smith was awesome. It's just a real shame that if Buffalo was the team that could have won a Super Bowl, I bet you, and I really bet you, the team would have probably would have won multiple Super Bowls. Oh, Bruce Smith was, yeah, I know he was. Bruce Smith, Emmett Smith. There was several others as well. I remember that movie by Rick Moranis and what's his name from Married with Children. I forgot. I forgot his name. I know Rick Moranis was in it, and Ed O'Neill. Thank you very much. He was in Married with Children, and he was in the movie Dutch as well. You must be a fan of that movie, Ricky or Richie. Sorry, Richie. I haven't watched it in years. I remember that movie. Well, I will tell you that the NFL app now I can watch games that I've missed on it. The NFL app on Roku because I wasn't able to do it before. I I I have a subscription to NFL Plus Premium, and that back last month I couldn't watch any past game that had already been played. So at the time, I wasn't sure what to do. I basically quit. And then surprisingly enough, when I checked here today, the NFL app, I found out that they fixed the problem, which is pretty cool. So now I can watch past NFL games that have already been played, I should say, because I have NFL Plus Premium. Now I can watch games on Roku if I really want to. I can even watch the Buffalo Minnesota game again if I really wanted to, and experience the pain all over again. But I will say one person that I know is happy because that person is a fan of the Minnesota Vikings. I will tell you the Sunday night football game is pretty good. Surprisingly enough, it's been pretty close for quite a bit. So well, the, the third quarter comes to an end. So it's 16-13. Chargers are still ahead, but it's pretty close. Oh, that's not old school. I got that last year or the year before, actually. I'm just checking something, by the way. Oh, by the way, I usually wear this, but unfortunately, because the way Bills played, well, I shouldn't say they played, but because the Bills lost, I didn't wear it. I usually wear this sucker. So there you go. I have over 1,000 subscribers, but I don't know if most of them watch my videos. Mm, I never upload anything. Mm, I'm just looking at a few things. Fourth quarter is about to start. What am I doing? So is this a field goal shot or is it a punt? It must be a punt. Okay, so they punted away. The fair catch has been made at the 22-yard line. So that's where the 49ers are going to start. Oh, by the way, I upload videos on the Video Game Chronicles channel. Have you ever heard of that? I've been trying to develop that channel for quite a bit of time. I'm uploading a review that will be premiering on Tuesday. And by the way, the game I'm checking out the game, and the person ran for quite a bit of yards. So it's second down. It looks like Debo Samuel was the one. No face mask call, which is quite surprising. So he got a 5 yard gain on a 5 yard gain out of that. So it's at the 28-yard line. So it's second and 5. Garoppolo's going to throw it, and it got tipped, and it's incomplete. So it's third and 5. Oh, I've been up since this morning. That's probably half of it. Because I was up for the game that you probably watched. There's a throw by Garofalo, and it's complete to Jenkins for the first down. Did you watch the Buccaneers game this morning? Oh, so you've been up for quite a bit too. It tells you. The good news is I won't have to get up early for football anymore. Well, at least for this year. And there's a penalty for holding for San Francisco. That's going back. So Christian McCaffrey probably had a few yards gained, but fortunately it goes back. It's 1st and 20. No, I assume you watched the Buccaneers. Oh, that was padded. It was intended for Samuel, but unfortunately he couldn't get his hand. Well, he got his hand on it, but it just dropped, so it's incomplete. So you got up for the Buccaneers game on NFL Network because that's what I was up for this morning. And there's a good throw by Garofalo to number 15. I can't think of who that is. So just calling number 15. It's 3rd down. Okay, it's Jenkins. All right, so the throw was to Jenkins. And got those penalty yards back at plus 2 yards. So it's 3rd and 8. And here is the throw by Garofalo. It's complete. And it will be enough for a 1st down and even more by Jenkins. That should put it to Chargers territory. No, I was quite surprised with Rashad White. I was quite surprised with Rashad White today. Because as a rookie, he has not done good. But today, wow. Okay, so the ball's handed off to number 25. He gets to the 40-yard line, it looks like. So it's 2nd down. And by the way, the Buccaneers could have lost if it wasn't for the Seahawks' run defense. It was the Seahawks' run defense that did them in. 2nd and 1. Hand off, and it's a gain of a couple yards. That's a 1st down. Number 25. It was handed off to number 25. And somebody is down on the ground, and it's a Charger player. Yeah, it was quite surprising. Today was his best game so far. Just have you seen the video with Jaguar Gator 9 about Rashad White? Because I'm not sure if you've seen the. No, you haven't. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm just waiting for it. Okay. But during the Chiefs game, I didn't watch the Chiefs game that much. I'd probably have to watch it if I'm gonna check it out because I can watch. I have NFL Plus Premium, and I can watch every single game that's already played. So I might check that out in the near future. Handoff, 1st and 10. That's a pretty good run to the 33, 34-yard line. Mitchell was the one that it was handed off to. All right, so 2nd and 3 now. The set, handoff again. I think that's the same person that they handed off to the last snap. And he's going to be close to the first. They're going to give it to him. So they give him the first down. So it's 1st and 10. They're getting closer and closer. That goes nowhere. It maybe a loss of 1 or 2 on the play. I don't use Instagram. I do know that if you have NFL Plus Premium, you can watch the games that have already been completed. So now it's 3rd down. Tired. Are we showing the 2nd down play? It was caught. Just got back to the line of the scrimmage. It was to McCaffrey, and it's 3rd and 10 now. All right, so it's at the 26, 3rd and 10. Garofalo throws it, and it's caught. And is it enough? Is he gonna? No, he's not gonna get the touchdown. But that was a pretty good catch. It's gonna be 1st and goal at the 3 or 2 yard line, and they're gonna get set up right now. They decided to run it, and will it count? Will it be a touchdown? Because he ran it in there. And it's offside on the defense, so it's going to count. It's a touchdown. So San Francisco will take the lead. They hurried up and made it a free play, and it ended up being a touchdown. Number 11 was the one that got close to the end zone, and then Garofalo hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey was actually the one that gets the touchdown. So as a result, 49ers take the lead, but they miss the extra point. It's 19-16 San Francisco. 7 minutes and 54 seconds left in the 4th. Holy cow. They could have been 20-16, but no. It, he shanks the sucker. And as a result, it's only a 3-point game. Whew, man. And I know tomorrow is the game where the Eagles have to face the Commanders. And I had the Eagles winning that game. And San Francisco, right now, San Francisco is leading. So 19-16. Hold on a minute. All right, I had to sneeze. So you watched some of that video. Yeah, it was made before his game today, so I think he, at the time, he only had like 4 games that he played, 4 or 5. I forgot when it was. Yeah, right now, I'm just waiting. Yeah, next Sunday night football game, Chiefs against the Chargers. I'll be waiting for that. But I bet you the Chiefs are going to win that game. Unless the Chargers surprise me. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I I've been up since this morning, so that's half of the reason why. So the kickoff is in the end zone, so it's a touchback. It's okay if he's a Chiefs fan. He'll be cheering for he'll be cheering against the Chargers next week. Oh, the last one was a nail biter, Jimmy. The last one, you remember that? Where that interception helped the Chiefs win that game? And that was a Thursday night football game. And on first down, it looks like Nick Bosa either sacked the quarterback or whatever not. No, it was handed off, and Nick Bosa stuffs the guy, so it's a loss. Who's that? Eckerd? Eckerd, did he stuff? So it's a 6-yard loss. It's 2nd and 16. Okay. Toss and it's caught. And some of those yards that the Chargers lost, they get some of it back. Herbert makes a throws it, and it was completed. To experience the snow. Whew. Holy cow, look at that. Oh, we covered it. So it looks like Oh, so it's not going to count. So it was incomplete. Never mind. Thought that was a complete catch, but no, it was ruled incomplete. So it's 3rd and 16 now. Herbert is going to pass it off, and it's completed this time. But number 88, which I'm not sure who that is, couldn't get the first down, and looks like the Chargers are going to punt it away. Oh yeah, I know about that game. I didn't watch the full game. I only watched highlights of it at the time. This was at the time I didn't watch much Bills games. I watched a few, and there is the punt. The fair catch has been called, and 49ers will get it back at the 30-yard line. 6:40 left. So far, San Francisco has a comfortable lead. Well, that one video that I took was from my old place. Unfortunately, I moved in 2009, and my old place no longer exists. I just wanted to let you know. Because the place where I used to film that, it had to be demolished because a tree fell right onto it. That's what happened to that. It's a real shame because I really wanted to. I really wanted to do a video on that. Do a video on my old place, but oh well. Yeah, that was over two. That was over 10 years ago. Yeah, unfortunately, that set's out of print now. All right. Okay, so San Francisco is set. It's at the 30, 1st and 10, 6:40 left. Hand it off. Oh, that's a big gap, and it's another. Then it's a first down by Mitchell. Got like 12 or 13 yards on that play. I think the last time I checked, the set was over $200 or $300. The last time I checked, but that was a long time ago. I haven't checked ever since. It might have been more. It, and if okay, hand it off. Not much there that time. Probably a yard at least. So second down. So if 49ers can get first downs and get the clock, keep on rolling the clock, then the Chargers are going to have to use their timeouts. Oh, by the way, I have my set over there, the real Ghostbuster set. All right, so 2nd and 9. It's at the 43-yard line. And it's another handoff. And this time it's going to be stuffed. It's going to be a 3-yard loss at least. It's going to be 3rd down. I'll be back, folks. All right, I'm sorry about that. I had to do something really quickly. And there was a 1st down as a result of a completed catch and it was thrown to number 11, that looks like, and he makes the catch. I don't know his name because he's got a long hair. Some of these players do. A yuck, a ayuk, ayuk. I don't know, but he got the 1st down, which is good for San Francisco because if they keep on rolling the clock, Chargers are going to have to start using their timeouts. And hand it off again. And Christian McCaffrey, unfortunately, could get nothing done and unfortunately gets stuffed. And it's right back to midfield with a loss on the play. So it was a loss of 3 on the play. So it's 2nd and 13. Ruffalo thinking about throwing it. And he does throw it. Now he does. And incomplete flag on the play. And they think the Chargers think it's on San Francisco. It's a ineligible man downfield, so they're going to decline that. So the Chargers are going to decline that. They get a lucky break on that, but it's 3rd down. So 3 and 13. All right, 3 and 13. It's at close to the 49-yard line. Garofalo throws it, completes. Not going to be enough for the 1st down. So the Chargers might have a chance here. So San Francisco will most likely be punting this away. So the Chargers will have a fighting chance. And they're going to punt it. And the 49ers are going to down it at the 1. So the Chargers will have to get a touchdown You're going to have a drive. If they get a touchdown, it'd be 99 yards. I know Justin Herbert's good. Here's how much I saw the real Ghostbuster set on eBay. All right, first down to 10. At the 1. Herbert throws it away. And we're going to the 2-minute warning. By the way, the only problem with the Chargers is they could be good one game and then be crappy the next. So you don't know about the Chargers that particularly well. I don't know if the refs are talking it over. Like, I don't know if there probably wasn't any penalties or whatever. I thought there would. No. I've only dressed up a few times, but no. Not that character. All right, so it's 2nd and 10. We got a timeout. Or I don't know what. Well, I'm not even close to him. All right, so now they're ready. 2nd and 10. Herbert throws it incomplete. It was intended for number 88, so it's 3rd down and 10. I know he is. All right, so 3rd down and 10. Still at the 1. Herbert's going to throw it most likely. He does, and that's complete, but it's not enough for the first down. It's going to be like a 7 or 8 yard gain, number 99. So 4th down. This is it for the Chargers, even though they have timeouts. They at least get out of the end zone, which is good. Herbert throws it, and it's incomplete. Well, I don't think there's going to be any flags, so San Francisco gets the ball back with 1 minute and 17 seconds left. Chargers still have all 3 of their timeouts. Yeah, I was kind of surprised about Herbert throwing. So with 1 minute and 17 seconds left, San Francisco's got the ball. It's 1st and goal. They can make it much more challenging for the Chargers to come back. Touchdown could possibly end the game here. It's at the almost the 8 yard line. Handed off to, I think, Samuel. And it's 2nd down. No, Mitchell. So Mitchell was the one that they handed it off to. Well, Garofalo handed it off. And It was pretty close, but not quite to the goal line yet. And the Chargers had to take their first time out. Any good restaurant? Yeah, I do here and there. I only have some, unfortunately. All right, so second and goal with 1 minute and 11 seconds left. It's at the 2 yard line. Handed it off. Mitchell is, I think it's to Mitchell, and he's only going to get almost a yard. So it's going to be third down at least. Chargers take their second time out with 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Now you're calling it a night, Richie? All right. Take care. Stay safe. Stay awesome. God bless you. Good night. So it looks like San Francisco is going to call their first time out. All right, so now San Francisco's all set. Third and goal. They line up. Hand off. Slipped. But even if the Chargers stopped them, they were going to have to use their last time on anyway. So if I was the 49ers, I'd possibly go for the field goal, make it a little harder on the Chargers to get a field goal to win it. But that's up to the 49ers. Because if they go for on fourth down and they don't get the touchdown, and the Chargers have a chance to tie the score. They're going for it on fourth down, it looks like. 1 minute, 1 second left. They're going to go for it on fourth down, or they're going to try to – then they're going to go for it, I think. No, they're going to try to draw them off sides. And nothing happened, so I wonder if a timeout was called. Yeah. So San Francisco calls their second timeout. So it looks like they're not going to actually go for it fourth down. They're going to kick the field goal, which I think would be the right call here. All right, so Robbie Gould is going Robbie Gould is going to kick a 20-yard field goal. And he just kicks it and boom, it goes right through. So it's 22-16. So the Chargers are going to have to get a touchdown. They can't get a field goal now. It's a 6-point game with 1 minute left on the clock. So it's up to Herbert to show his magic. All right. Showing the probabilities for the playoffs. I don't really stick and care. Because I know Buffalo lost, and the thing about it is they dropped. Their probability dropped. So who cares? All right. Oh. And here is the kickoff. They're going to take it right at the 5, run. Number 1 gets to the 23 or 24-yard line, and they will start their drive there. With 53 seconds left. All right, so the Chargers are set. Spotted at the 23. Herbert is going to throw it. Oh, is it intercepted? They're saying it's picked off. And if that's the case, the San Francisco 49ers won this game. As long as it doesn't drop, then it is a interception. It doesn't look huge. Number 29, I should say, was the one that came up with the interception. I don't know if it dropped. Let's see. Wow. I don't see anything to overturn that call. So that's going to do it. That is going to do it. So San Francisco is going to pull up. So that's another win for me. Because I had San Francisco winning this game over the Chargers. Because the Chargers can be a good team sometimes, and other teams, they can just be chokers. So you can call this a game. So the San Francisco 49ers are going to go to 5-4. The Chargers are going to go to 5-4 as well. So both teams are 5-4. And it's kind of good for Buffalo because Buffalo is ranked, well, is the 6th seed right now as a result of them losing to the Vikings. So San Francisco made a pretty good comeback and actually won it 22-16. They were down for quite a bit of time. And as a result of the interception, the Chargers do not win and end up 5-4. Honestly, Jimmy, the Chiefs have been playing good. I don't think the Chargers are going to beat the Chiefs. I really don't. The Chargers can be a good team one day, and then the next they can suck. So there you go. So that's the game. That is it. Oof. All right. That is the game. Buffalo lost, of course, but that was earlier. The 49ers won, which is good. I do gotta ask you, do you think the Chiefs are going to before you head out, I do gotta ask you, do you think the Chiefs are going to win their division, and do you think they're going to be number one in the AFC for the playoffs? Okay then. Okay, Jimmy. All right, have yourself a good night, okay? And maybe we'll chat sometime down the road. Stay safe and stay awesome. God bless you. Good night. All right. Bucks win it all. We don't know yet, Richie. It's early yet. Well, since the game was over, I guess I'm done. I will say Buffalo will have another game next week. It'll be against the Cleveland Browns. I'll be talking about that probably at halftime when the Chiefs face the Chargers. So find out if the Bills can bounce back after losing two straight. But for right now, of course, you know the Bills lost to the Vikings, and I really wish that the Bills would have won the game, and unfortunately they didn't. But of course, they might meet down the road, and Buffalo might win a rematch with them. You never know. But of course, Buffalo has the Browns next week. Of course, Miami had the Browns this week, so it's no surprise. And hopefully, the Bills will beat the Browns because I don't think the Browns are actually that good. But you never know. I'll be talking about the Bills Browns game next live stream when I do a second half live stream of the Chiefs and the Chargers. That'll be for next week. So thank you all for watching, everybody, and I hope you all enjoyed the live stream. So thank you all for watching, and I'm going to do another live stream next Sunday. So stay safe, stay awesome, everybody. And if you're watching this through the archive, if you enjoyed any of the games, please let me know which game that you liked. So stay safe and stay awesome, everybody. And God bless you all. And go Bills. Go Bills, go.